Nick Rekieta has gotten into a slap fight with Brianna Wu, of all people. Brianna Wu posted this picture saying, "Good morning to my fellow Zionists. Let's make it a good one." And then there's a picture of Princess Peach holding, I can't remember, might be an AR-15 in front of the Israeli flag covered in blood. And then it says, "Excited to announce I have retained the best lawyer in the business, Rekieta Law, in case Nintendo sues me." Nick Rekieta is unparalleled in legal mind, and a legal mind of the highest caliber. He's higher than all the lawyers on Nintendo's staff. So for no reason whatsoever, Brianna Wu has decided to start making fun of Nick Rekieta. Nick Rekieta responded by saying, "Good dad joke, probably from when you were a man." Wu replied saying, "How much cocaine did you do to come up with that one?" Then Rekieta goes back and forth and says, "I used your testosterone levels as a guide," which doesn't make any sense as a reply, completely nonsensical. Wu says that's not true because I don't make any testosterone, and you've done so much that your children get high too. I might be a filthy tranny, but I've never endangered my own child to the point where the state is going to take them away. Rekieta Law says, "Neither did I," implying that they're not taken away already. Brianna Wu says, "Well, that's not what the drug tests say. Maybe just raging cocaine addiction runs in the family." Rekieta says, "You know less about drug testing than you do about having a penis." And Brianna Wu says, "That's definitely true, but I do know just enough to not give a child cocaine. I'm willing to adopt, and I'm giving them a loving, cane-free home." that's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like, I'll adopt your kids, and I'll do a better job. Okay. Anyways, the Nick shit. So what he did afterwards, this is where he's at, like, relatively, is that Rekieta has still not streamed. So after he lost the Frank's hearing and was preemptively denied raising any further motions, he's just kind of like slunk off and like occasionally zeets, and then he shows up in this guy's chat called Zumock. I have never heard of this guy. I have no fucking idea who Zumock is. But he's like a LawTube streamer or some shit. Like literally, no fucking idea who he is. But then Rekieta shows up, and he starts super chatting this guy to argue with him. He says, "For $20, I've never heard of you before. Aaron talked about me as if you mattered. You never ever will to me. But holy shit, did you damage his brain?" Then he says for 10, "Lamau, you think you can embarrass me? You're an amateur at embarrassing me. I'm the best." And then for 5, he says, "The only reason I know you is Aaron Imholt." They had further messages that they pulled from the live stream. He says, "Why would I..." Let's see, is this in the right order? Yes. "Why would I take you to court? I'd say the same thing if I was you." And then he says, "I would say the same thing about me. My pasture, asking for clips, raffle, tattoos. Are you the 16-8? Have you had your Centrum Silver? Just see how you do, then figure it out. You need to try harder. Lamau, let the government take your kids for a bit and then pretend someone like Chad can hurt you. Find the unedited clip of that speech and listen to me praise her. I live those kids more than anything on the planet, always have. Lamau, I've never neglected my kids, brother. The truth will always set you free." So he's in the chat of like some random fucking guy, literally nobody has ever heard of, besides like 1 or 2 people in the forum, right? And then he's paying money. He paid this guy $35 fucking dollars to talk to him, just to whine about his misconceptions about him or some shit. Rekieta is now in such a low place that he has to like pay people to acknowledge him in chat. Like he's no longer even like people won't even just talk to him on their own anymore. He has to like financially compensate them for their time to even be worth it. That's fucking sad. Like, I remind you, there was a point where Rekieta was... Sorry, I got a fizzy water. Rekieta was so on top of the game that his 100,000 concurrent live viewer streams had a panel of lawyers, accredited bar associates, on a panel on live stream for like 8 hours at a fucking time for free. He was so popular, lawyers would donate their time to sit next to him on live stream. And now Rekieta in 2024 has to pay people $35 to even get his chat messages read. That is what fucking happens. That is the downfall. It's gonna make a really interesting downfall video one of these days. Josh, he is a lawyer and it's the business. I mean, yeah, I understand what they're doing. I'm not confused about that. I'm just saying that they were willing to associate with him for free. Lawyers are pretty hard to get to do anything for free. Uh, then, not to be one upped and being cringe, this is April Imholt. She posted to her Instagram and TikTok this lovely tattoo. It's a Valkyrie, and she got it because Nick Rekieta's nickname for her is Valkyrie. Now, I'm not like a tattoo person, and I'm not going to say that I could do better. I don't like it. I'll put it like that. I'm not going to say, like, oh, the art's bad. I'm going to say it like this. I think it's ugly. I wouldn't get it. Um, Now, there's two different. I actually thought about this before the stream, and I was thinking I should make a joke about this, but then I came up with two different jokes, so I'm gonna play both of them. You ready? The first one is I'll just say it. So April told Rekieta, "You better buy me like a $4,000 sleeve tattoo, so that nobody you can't ever not see it, and so that anytime Kayla sees me, she's gonna know that you're dropping like tens of thousands of dollars to buy me presents still." Or alternatively, Rekieta got the tattoo for her because it's really ugly, and he wants to make her uglier so that she can never leave him. No, I'm debating, but I'm leaning. I'm leaning that's funnier if Rekieta is like intentionally giving her bad tattoos so that she looks like Anisa Joma, and then nobody will ever fuck her again. So she can't. She doesn't have a choice. She has to stay with him. He's the best that she can do. And this is the most interesting stuff. This stream is going to be the two filings.